And I will restart the timer myself over here now. Thank you so much. 8-Bit Me for some reason sounds like a cool title for something, a song perhaps. 8-Bit Me. Yeah, no, it was weird. And like I said, then this other chick shows up. She's like,
this might be too high. But she shows up and she's like, I smell another girl in you. Why is there another girl in you? How dare you have another girl in you?
and she pops and she just rips his head off. It's like, what? Why is someone else in there? I don't know, but I'm sorry. I don't know how they got in there. Please don't kill me. The worst part, the best part of that too is doesn't rip off the girl on the inside of the suit's head, rips off the suit dude. She's like, you have a girl in you, so I'm gonna punish you, and rips his head off. Like, I don't even understand what the reasoning here is. I want you all to myself. Only I get to wear you. If someone else is wearing you, then you're dirty. You're dirty. I'm not gonna have anything more to do with you. And then of course there's just a random vending machine, Miracle Coke. I don't know why I keep saying Coke, it's coffee. Miracle Coffee, Miracle Coffee Alien. I don't think there's anything more for adamantine up here, but I'll check. Oh. 8-bit bee. Yeah, it's a leather bee. A leather bee with a square. It's square leather. That makes sense. All right, by the way, where is that bee? I already don't know. Good, I was worried. Didn't we have a dude go crazy? Or no, he made us thing, didn't he? He made the yak bone right gauntlet. That's what he made. Now, the dwarf who is moody, how do I find him? Ponder the funnel. One must ponder the funnel. So we're at an impasse, we'll say, where I have adamantine and would love to use adamantine. Someone is saying that we can't. Someone is saying that we need to use the adamantine to make walls. I don't... Depends on how much adamantine we have. I don't want to blow the adamantine on a wall. Maybe making a throne I could do. Like an adamantine throne, but not an adamantine throne room, because that's a lot of adamantine. And if the walls were adamantine, then they couldn't be engraved, so it wouldn't make sense. Like, I think the description argues with itself. Because if the wall is adamantine, then it's constructed. If it's a constructed wall, then unless I made one down here, made a throne room down here for someone in the adamantine, that could work. I'll do that. I'll make a throne room down here in the adamantine. That way you'll have an adamantine wall and I'm not losing adamantine. Name the grieving hoe. Oh, is it a new... Right, couple things. One, thank you for that. Two, let's get taken over by some Kerbals. I don't know, I think I went over. I lost track, so I threw in an extra one. Blech. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what they requested. However, it is not a loss if what I do is the adamantine that we found that I can't mine, we just smooth that and engrave it. If we use the untouchable adamantine as a wall for the throne room, then it's all good. Because if it was constructed, I wouldn't be able to engrave anyways. It doesn't make any sense. So down here, this little thing would have to be the throne room. Even though the floor below it is granite. Which one's bigger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is bigger. All right. So we can replace the throne later. But I'm going to make one now out of obsidian or cinnabar. Let's have a mercury throne. Because cinnabar makes mercury. I don't know if it makes it in this game, but cinnabar is mercury. So let us make a mercury throne, throw it in a adamantine room, and we'll engrave birds on the walls. RNG, I'm going to post a picture of the available creatures, and I want you to choose which one you want to be your bear wrestling character. All right. Hit me with my bear wrestling character. All right, first of all, pause. Nope. I'm going to say hotkey 4, zooms here, and it's called Throne Room. Mark Room. The Mercury Room. Really should have been up here, though. Build. Throne. Put it in the back, a cinnabar throne. You've already smoothed, so let's start engraving. The details of this. We already have birds, right? I feel like we already did birds. 2 slabs, elf, raspberry bushes, baby toes, carpet grass, cattails, 7 geese, 2 Kia, a blue peacock, and a blue peahen. Or the wise birds. 3 turkeys. The 3 wise turkeys. I'm going to have that engraved and see how well that works, and we'll just go from there. Yeah, it's blinking. Have to wait for him to show up, I guess. All right. Main area that's not adamantine. We've been slowly working on a tower that we need to be moving people into. Lest I forget what the hell I'm even doing. Wouldn't want to forget that. Eventually, I'm going to have one of these things be complete. All hail the Turkey King! Alright, let me see these pics. Create your character. Allah's Eye, Anne's Warrior, Ashtess Fist, Soldier, Demon, Charm Meals, Flyman, Fist of the Square Frenzy. I think if I'm a bear wrestler, then I feel like I need to be a Fist of the Square Frenzy. That sounds like a bear wrestler to me. Definitely not going to be no pedo soldier. We're not doing pedo soldier. Red Squirrel Man. Yeah. I think, I don't even know what that is, but I'm thinking Fist of Square Frenzy. That sounds like a bear wrestler to me. Because everyone knows that the trick to wrestling bears is to use Square Frenzy. Like, what is that commercial that everyone on YouTube does? Like the Square Soft, Square Trade, something? Square Site? One Piece? I don't know. Doodly-doo. Okay, let me bring up your race's description real quick. My race is one that enjoys wrestling bears. Pay attention. I've told you what it is. I wrestle the bears. Anything else is a lie brought on by Big Bear. Why would it only access from down here? I want to access to one from up there. Up, down, obsidian block. Up, down, obsidian block. Whoa, that was weird. I don't understand what it was doing before, but as long as it gets built, who cares? If there were cataclysm things in there, there's a creature in Cataclysm that is a mass of corpses that are all fused together that have the grabby hands. They have the grabby hands? Oh my god, it's like 3.5. Okay, I don't think this is in Pathfinder, because I didn't see it. Let me confirm this before I make a statement. I don't want to say something and be wrong. Does it exist?
Oh, no way.
Kind of, but not really. So in Pathfinder, there's a spell called Flesh Wall, but not necessarily a creature that is the wall of flesh that I found on 3 seconds of searching. 3.5 had a creature called the Wall of Flesh, which makes no sense, and it is amazing. A wall of flesh looks like it's illusionary, or at least part of it is illusionary. It looks like a regular wall. And what it is it's the worst, it's like a horrible version of a mimic. If you like get close or grab the wall, or like lean on it or whatever, the wall grabs you and yanks you into the wall. And you have like 3 rounds, I think, to resist this thing grabbing you. Like if you don't get out in 3 rounds, you can get out in any round. But if you don't get out in like 3 and the wall sucks you into it, you're just like gone. Like that, like old body horror movies and shit. Like your body just like resurfaces as part of the wall trying to grab more people. You're just fragged. The thing that makes it the great thing though is that your players are never going to have it, because in order to create a wall of flesh, the first thing that like the first dead thing that becomes the wall of flesh is the guy casting the spell. Like, Wall of Flesh is just what suicidal necromancers do. They just give up on life, turn themselves into walls of flesh, and then anyone from there on out, they just absorb them like some weird body horror thing. I used to love Walls of Flesh every now and then whenever my players would get flippy. You are a hairy humanoid with 2 long straight horns and patchy black hair. Sounds like a bear wrestler to me. Become the wall. Like how it said that someone was too depressed to drink or alcohol. We all just PCs in the wall? All we are is just PCs in the wall. Yeah, I don't know. They're being weird. Who is it that's depressed this time? Domine? Why? What do you want from me, Domine? What could you possibly want? Euphoric due to inebriation, blissful dining a legendary dining room, annoyed after having a drink without using a goblet. Is that what it is? You don't have a goblet? Unable to practice, acquire something, felt self-pity being away from family, dejected to lack of decent meals. I don't understand. So I think I need to start creating a tavern. First, like one of the first things I need to do is create a tavern. So that is what I will do. We'll tear all of that up. Except for that, so I can put walls there. We'll make it 3 wide, just to really let people get in and out. We'll put a wall there, we'll turn that into the tavern. I thought we kind of already had one? But I'm guessing it's not big enough? Is there a way I can like zoom to where this tavern is? I kind of don't remember where anything is. Is this the tavern right here? This is the tavern. Probably kind of why people are moody. Because it's a tiny little shitty square. So let's start giving them legit taverns. Your RNG, the strategy, the fist of Square Frenzy. Oh, the dangers, oh, the horror. But no, so like a mimic though, right? If a mimic eats a player, that's a horrible thing when like you try to grab a chest or a door or a wall and you realize that what it is a mimic. You know, like, oh, gee, oh God, it's got me, it tricked me, jump scare. That's one thing. That is one thing entirely. If a player dies and there's a dead player, and if your players are exceptionally murder hobo-y, then their first thought is, well, we're just gonna loot the dead body and wait for the next player. You know, this is a way to get money, essentially, to murder hobos. No, not floors, I meant walls. I did this exactly backwards, what I was trying to do. However, with the wall of flesh, like, you just immediately redescribe them as being in the wall now, adding to the wall of flesh. Like that is a completely different thing that'll make some players not be happy. Is it not called wall of flesh? Is it living wall? What was this thing called? This was in the... No, that's a homebrew. This was in the old monster manual. Living wall? What is this creature called? It's not a spell. It's a creature. Living wall. Is this it? Hold on. Yeah, okay. So it's called Living Wall, and it is in Pathfinder, but it is woefully less terrifying in Pathfinder. Living Wall in Pathfinder says a living wall adjacent to a creature that is also adjacent to a barrier, such as a dungeon, wall gate, or another living wall, can spend a standard action to crush that creature against a barrier, dealing 1d8 plus 6 points of damage. The living wall is grappling the target as part of the attack. You can attempt a free combat maneuver. Basically, the whole purpose is it purposely squishes people, and it's like, and the wall is the attacker. And the extra ability is, if there is another living wall next to it, they automatically join to become one cohesive living wall. In 3.5, a living wall contains the melded body of humanoids and monsters who die within 100 yards of the wall since its creation. Those who die fighting a living wall are absorbed into it and actually strengthen it. Characters and monsters captured by the wall retain all abilities they had in life. As part of the wall, they become chaotic evil and fight any creature that approaches it to the best of their abilities. If a wizard becomes melded with a living wall, his spellcasting abilities are retained and can immediately be used for attacks. The wizard retains any spells that were memorized at the time he was absorbed into the wall. These are renewed each day. If a warrior loses his life in combat with the living wall, his fighting abilities and his weapons come under control of the beast. The weapons are hidden within the wall until the wall attacks, then are pushed through the mass of graying flesh to the surface. A hand attaches itself to the weapon, and eyes jutting from the wall guide the attack of the weapon. If the wall absorbs characters with ranged weapons, the weapons become useless once the arrows, curls, or other necessary projectiles are expended. Way different. Way more terrifying. You die to a living wall suddenly, like, it's not like a mental thing, like, oh, I'm gonna free him from this. Nah. You now get to watch your friend's decaying body cast spells at you. And if you come back the next day, he'll do it again. And if a barbarian dies to it, help you, that axe is coming for your head. All creatures in the wall fight according to their normal attack modes. These attacks can be magical, physical, or mental in origin. The type of attack and its damage often depends upon who or what is melded into the wall. If a 10th level fighter and a 6th level fighter are absorbed into the wall attacks as one 6th level fighter and one 10th level fighter. For every major priest absorbed, the wall gains spell attacks. The only spells that can be used, however, are those that the major priest had memorized at the time of absorption. Each of these spells can be cast once a day. If one absorbed mage had 3 fireball spells memorized and the second mage had 1 fireball spell in memory, living wall can attack with 4 fireball spells per day. The wall simulates a paladin or lawful good priest. All of his special powers are reversed, e.g. detect good rather than detect evil. Magical items absorbed by the wall grant the wall their effects. though items that grant AC are less effective because of the wall's size. The wall only gains 1 point of AC for every 3 points of magical improvement. Thus, the Ringer Prot +3 lowers the wall's AC by 1. When a character is absorbed, his hit points of full health are added to the wall's base hit point total of 64, so on and so forth. Like, that wall is brutal and amazing, and it's what mimics wish they were. I would love just bringing that wall out of nowhere every now and then. Like I said, if players are getting froggy, not like an actual punishment thing, like, oh, you know, let's go kill a player. Usually it'd be in a situation where I anticipate the players winning, but just when it gets like we're just gonna go through the dungeon. Yeah, we kick open the door. Traps aren't a problem. We don't have to worry about it. We got the health. We just make the barbarian open it. The barbarian is an automatic trap disabler because he can just take any of the things, or we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do just literally throwing a wall that is running the risk of absorbing one. Particularly if one of your players has the ability to do the knowledge check, because you want to read to them what's about to happen. That way they understand. Because the only thing worse than your character being absorbed into some brutal creature that's immediately attacking your friends is knowing it was going to happen. That's always the point in a horror movie. That's the worst bit. Not someone dying or a monster looking like them, like The Thing. The most terrifying part of The Thing, the movie The Thing, was not, I thought this was my friend, it's a monster. No. The terrifying parts of The Thing was every time you saw the thing absorbing someone or then separating. You know what I'm saying? The body horror aspect of it. You need the person to know they are being absorbed and to scream in terror and pain. That is the part where you've made a combat memorable to your characters. And also, again, just don't ever let them get comfy's the wrong word. But you don't want your players to ever assume that there's no challenge. If your players get to the point where they're like, oh, we'll just do whatever we want, and they're acting like there's obviously no challenge, then that means they're less invested in the characters. Less invested in the characters, less invested in the story. They're more likely to become murder hobos because they believe there's no consequences. That is when you pull out shit like the living wall, just to really make them get nervous. Because if their characters are that strong and they get absorbed by living wall, living wall's now that strong. And you made it that strong. Aren't you happy? Yeah. In my opinion, you need to give the PCs the opportunity to realize what's going to happen. The moment players start feeling like they're risking characters to irrevocable change with no warning, they start to feel jilted. Yeah, exactly. Different reasoning, but same goal. Like the fear, the part they remember well, the part that they have good memories about, is remembering that they could have been absorbed, not that they were absorbed. Definitely be careful with the absorbing. You don't want to have a Doctor Who Zorbalos situation. That entire episode was stupid. Golly gee, the sun is bright today. If nothing else, at least the camera's light balancing system hasn't gone crazy today. And I would like 2 doors, please. So what happens when living wall meets a living ball? I don't know. What's a living ball? Probably just tries to eat it. Like I said, if it's a living thing, it tries to grab it and absorb the damn thing. I guess it's just balls to the wall. I should have seen that coming. I should have seen that coming. Why didn't I see that coming? We've got to be adventuring to the old Milo and Otis tune. Oh, we're gonna take a walk outside today. We're gonna see what we can find today. We're gonna take a walk outside today. Mimic Libera is throwing a tantrum. He's a little bitch with a big ass beard. Now, I don't know why. It was a really decent song to the beginning of a Horrible kids movie. Kind of think the we're gonna take a walk outside of this song is what tricks you into realizing that you're not watching a very, very bad kids movie. Not like bad as in not entertaining, just those are some bad people. There were a lot of cats that were murdered in the making of that movie. There were a lot of cats that were murdered in the making of that movie. Why do you have down red? What does that mean? You're haggard. Why are you haggard though? What do you mean you're unable to pray to people for too long? You have nothing but temples to pray at. I don't understand the praying system. This is starting to drive me crazy. You're in a temple right now. Pray. Pray to whoever the hell you want. I'm not stopping you. The Ordered Wells is a temple to no particular deity. Just pray. Holy shit. Walk up to the statue and be like, and pray. I couldn't pray. It's not my fault. Ballsy. I see a 666 in the water. Is that why they can't pray? You're right. It does say 666 in the water. I guess that's why he'll never figure out how to pray. Alapega is mortally afraid. By what? What even hit you? You got in a fight with the grease monkey. Why are you fighting? Oh my god. We're gonna die to infighting is what's gonna happen. I don't understand the praying system. This is just crazy. Somebody, probably God. Some dwarves just refuse to be satisfied. The water must be profane. I guess that's unholy water. You are all horrible, horrible people. I want you all to know this. All right, let's start putting in... No, cancel you. Let's start putting in the tables and stuff for the booze. We have an artifact table? Hell yeah, I will put an artifact table in the middle. We'll do an obsidian coffer to the right, and an obsidian coffer to the left. All right, we'll let them get this installed, and we'll start turning this into the new tavern. It's in a hole, so by definition, it's very holy. I haven't been able to pray, then go to church. No, I don't want to. Okay, why? Because fuck you, that's why. I mean, that's kind of what happens. The system is a lot better than it used to be with the mood system, but it's still got some very borky elements that don't make any sense. Because remember how for a time we used to have everyone going up to green, and now no matter what I do, everyone just slowly goes red. Like somehow the base is better, so they're less happy. I don't understand. I do not understand this. All right. You are the new area. Meeting area. How do I assign you to something again? Something is wrong. Oh, there we go. Assign location. You are the Ordered Welts, I believe, was the tavern. Ordered Wells. Nope, that's a temple. The Peach of Glazing. Of course. Of course, it's the Peach of Glazing. Duh. All right. Peach of Glazing. This is now not at all anything to do with the Peach of Glazing, so stop. This is not a room for anyone ever again. Go away. Now, PF, let's start having food and booze stockpiles. It said F, so why is it stone? Block all. Disable. Enable. I want this one to be drinks. And this one to be prepared meals. Go with that for now. They need to visit the shitty beer museum more often, reflect on the green glass in the beer mug. They'll cheer them right up. Need more alcohol in their booze. Spike their drinks. Destroy the oceans, lakes, rivers, ponds, aquifers. Force alcohol to be the only available drink for the world. Profit. I just don't understand. Like, they do stupid shit. They do stupid shit and complain about things they don't need to be complaining about. Which one was which? On the left was the food, on the right was the booze. So here's what I'm going to do. That is now going to be a booze pile. And this is the only place booze is allowed, is right here. There's a booze pile. And here is a prepared food pile. There. So now where I was keeping food before, you are not allowed prepared food and you're not allowed booze, which you already weren't. So where was booze being kept? Was it you? You were booze. I'm going to forbid booze on you so they get moved out. I'm going to see what gets moved where, and we'll go from there. The mood is in a downward spiral. Sounds like humans. Imagine literal dwarven therapist job in the game. That's what we need right now. Well, that's kind of what the mayor is. When people are moody, they're supposed to go complain to, like, the mayor person and then get a happy thought for, I cried on someone's shoulders, except they're not. Probably because the mayor keeps trying to arrest everyone. My life is horrible and I think I might throw a mood and hit someone. Oh, okay, so you're admitting to the crime early. All right, let me just write that down. Would you like to go in our cell, please?
I hate this place. This place sucks.
Thank you for proving my point. Virtual spaceman. All right, now we're making into a throne. And the assignment is to Hellfire. Problem is, Hellfire, you already have like a throne. So now I don't know if this throne is worth high enough. All right, we did the 3 wise birds. Giant gray parrot. All right, your Mercury chair out in the middle of the adamantine throne at the bottom of the map. Oh, oh. Make a room that's basically an adamantine throne room that has birds on the wall.
Life sucks. Nothing here is going right. I hate.
Well, stop throwing temper tantrums and your life will suck less. Holy shit. Where's anemic libero? What is your complaints? Euphoric due to inebriation. Pleasure near fine bed. Pleasure near fine bed. Pleasure near fine bed. Pleasure near fine bed. Annoyed after having a drink without using a goblet. Ashamed to have no shirt. Mortified when uncovered. Let's start making... This is why I need to get the food out of here so I can get the clothing industry going. All right. This is all the food industry. So I'm removing that. A lot of these are just empty pots anyways. You. Make more drinks. Whoever the alcohol man is. Why are you just sitting in a door confused? Because you're the one throwing a temper tantrum. Are you trying to destroy the egg box? Or is staring at turkey butts make you feel calmer? Someone died? Oh, yeah, Domine was found... Oh, everyone's just jumping in and drowning. Even with the door there for them to just get out. They're just hopping in and drowning. Good. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Would let my idiots be dead again. Why? Why? He's not been missing for a week. He's literally more visible than the other dwarf is. Yeah, you just found him dead too. I don't even understand how these guys are so dumb sometimes. I think this base is cursed. I don't know what you're talking about. Designing an entire base randomly off of the whims of the viewers might not completely turn out well. What lies? How dare you lie? I think it'd be a good idea to take a shirt from one of the dwarven women as and make more of the other dwarves happier. Sirlac, late. With a
late.
Hi, I'm late. Just the way she says it. Hi, I'm late. Welcome to stream, Sirlac. Domine's dead. Everyone's throwing moods and drowning themselves. How have you been? Heresy, you speak. No room request would like to commission a statue of Hellfire Skyrim beating an elf to death. That statue should be placed in his office. Okay. Statue. Details. Stone. Obsidian. Details. Image. Historical figure. Fuck, I don't know which one's which. How is there a Hellfire underscore Skyrim? I never did an underscore, did I? I didn't know I could fit in an underscore. Hellfire, what is your current name? Do I not even have therapist running? I thought I had therapist running at some point. Sazernom. Oh, Salat, thank you so much for following. All right, so we have Sazernom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Beating an elf to death. Creature. Elf. Hi. Hello, Ramsey. Give me a sec while I do what someone is beating or is being beaten. Is killing, devouring, embracing, engraving, falling, fighting. I know it. Said to death. So we need Massacring? Unnaturally contorted? Striking down. Sounds beaten to death. Hellfire Skyrim is striking down the elf. There we go. Is an image of Hellfire Skyrim, Bridge Gods, the dwarf, and an elf. Hellfire Skyrim's is striking down the elf. Construction complete. Hit escape. Hit escape. There we go. Thank you so much for following. And also, hello, Aramzi. Hey. Welcome to Dwarf Fortress. Welcome to my stream. Getting dwarfed is free, and requests cost a little bit of basically view time. Speaking of which, who was I again? Said Steven. Steven Robert is the furnace operator, who doesn't usually think much. Oh, I don't usually think much. You just go up to Steven Robert like, how are you doing, Steven Robert? Oh, you know, I don't usually think much. Good. As long as you have a high opinion of yourself. He is strong, tough, and slow to tire. Steven Robert likes chromite, billin, fire agate, giant cougar leather, impala hoof, gems, warhammers, scepters, catapult parts, ducks for their quacks, and the sound of the Queen of Aquamarine. When possible, he prefers to consume KV and Kanawa beer. He absolutely detests mosquitoes. He has a sharp intellect and a good kinesthetic sense, but he has meager creativity, a questionable spatial sense, a little difficulty with words, poor ability to manage or understand social relationships, very bad intuition, and next to no natural musical ability. He dreams of crafting a masterwork someday, but everyone knows, he doesn't usually think much. Sounds like me, right on. I feel you, dwarf. I hate mosquitoes too. Hold on, I gotta... I swear I don't have issues with slightly runny noses until I have to start talking a lot.
The new season.
He ran off to get ketchup. You know, I'm not gonna lie, at some point in the dead of night, while thinking to myself and hearing my brain melt from doing the things for school, I had the thought of doing a food heresy stream where I would use a service like the cook yourself fresh stuff. I'm forgetting what it's called. I think yeah, HelloFresh. There we go. Where I do the thing and we follow the recipe and we cook it and I ignore whatever I think is stupid. And then after we're done cooking it, we're like, oh, look how nice this is. And anyone can be a cook. And this looks like high quality food. And then every single time I just douse it in ketchup. And that's the end of the stream, is me eating the food. But whatever it is, I have just slathered it in ketchup, so it's just swimming in ketchup. So you end up with like a really good burger, or you end up with like some exotic food or whatever, and it's all like really well done. It's got a little parsley on it, sprinkle, 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 and everything looks good. And you could serve this in a restaurant and then just drown it in ketchup every time. Coal goes in, breathe out. Coal goes in, breathe out. I like duck quacks. Gas, breathe. Coal goes in. That's right, Ramsey. Thank you so much for coming by. Well, I mean, not like you're leaving, but thank you so much for following and stopping by anyways. That keeps sounding like you're leaving. Thank you for being here. Look at this delicious donut. Let's dunk in ketchup vat for 20 minutes. So here's the thing. No, but yes. Chocolate donuts covered in chocolate. You've already got a thing on them. Glazed donuts, same thing. They're covered in the thing. But if you get one of those donuts where it's just dough, like it's just a donut, it's not even glazed, it's nothing. At that point, that's just a bread. That shit goes in ketchup too. At that point, it's just a bread. So it gets ketchup. We must bring on the heresy. I think this one is the one we want of Hellfire Skyrim. Oh, good. The stray dog has been found dead, tamed. Found dead, tamed. The tamed stray dog has been found dead. Not, we have found a stray dog tamed. All right, and then you, I want to give to here. And you, I want to give to here. I don't know why there's always a row of greens, but what have you. Let's look at the location for the tavern. The tavern wants 40 goblets. Correction. The tavern wants 100 goblets, and I will make them. We only have 29 for some reason, which is really weird. You don't make the goblets, too. It's a craft dwarf that does this. Rock. Mug? That's a goblet. Feel. And the mugs are going to be made out of granite. That way, all the drinking dwarves are down to earth. Wouldn't want them getting too full of themselves. RNG, no, no, no. Huh, I guess anyone can make sushi rolls at SketchUp. Well, technically, under regular rules, there's nothing against ketchup. I don't tend to do it, or I say tend, I don't think I've ever done it. But that's because I put on like wasabi and stuff, so that's already got a condiment. But by itself, you have what? You have fish. People eat baked fish with ketchup, so clearly fish goes with ketchup. You have fish, you have rice. We've already been over this before. Rice goes with ketchup, and you have seaweed, which is, I don't know, it's just a plant. There's no reason why that doesn't go with ketchup. So yeah, regular little sushi rolls go with ketchup. Sashimi would go with ketchup, depending upon whether or not they got the wasabi strip in the middle. Yeah, no. Or am I thinking of sushi and sashimi is one where it's just a slab of fish? I always get those backwards. But yeah, no, sure. I don't see why not. It all goes with ketchup. Got recommended to this channel personally by a good friend. I don't plan on going anywhere. Well, thank you. I'm making bread right now. Want me to try to mix in some ketchup before the second proof? No. No, see, here's the thing. Because then you'll be cooking the ketchup. The ketchup can't be cooked. Don't cook the ketchup. I'm serious. People think I'm crazy, but think about this. If you have a burger, right? You eat a hamburger. It is an accepted fact. You can say individually you don't like ketchup, but it is an accepted fact on a hamburger that you put ketchup on it. On a regular hamburger, plain as balls hamburger, you have a meat patty and you have a bun. You can put on salad, put on onions, things like that. But the bare minimum for it to be a burger is a meat patty and a bun. A bun is just a circular thing of bread. It doesn't taste bad because you already do it. If you eat a burger, you already eat bread with ketchup. It's already a thing that people eat. It's not a crazy thought. So bread and toast should go with ketchup. I'm not saying buttered toast, just toast. So that's where a lot of people tend to actually have issues when it comes to ketchup on things. Is certain condiments don't go well with ketchup. Condiments are something that you put on to add a recognizable flavor to something. So you can argue different condiments, that's fine. But if you take the condiment out of the equation, most everything already has been mixed with ketchup. A lot of people just seem to be in denial about this fact. I'm not gonna do that out of I'm gonna do it as actual floor pieces and not out of just like a road tile, because I want it to not be destroyable in the future. It's like that WarioWare minigame where they put ketchup on a milkshake. I'll do a few ketchup bread rolls. I want to be a soldier until I can be a holy knight. All of our soldiers are slowly dying. Okay. Stephen Robert, you are now in the earthen lone triangles, and therefore are technically a soldier. Oh, you did it twice. I don't know why'd you do it twice. I was gonna get to it. No room request like to commission a statue for Mr. Man TM. Yes, that's right. Now, okay, so it's probably still not in the upcoming week because this is the end of school, and thus I'm likely to have the most headaches and annoyances. But after this, I will edit the Dwarf Request System so we can just do individual furniture and stuff like that. Now, if we... I don't think I need to remove the corpse pile, mostly because trees can't grow there anyways. And I kind of find it funny to have the idea of the highway entrance into the base always go... Oh, Anemic Libero's gone crazy now. Couldn't do anything about it. Oh well. There is no foreseeable reason for any fish to go with ketchup. People put ketchup on baked fish. People put ketchup on breaded fish. Ergo, they put ketchup on fish. Just because outside of your mouth there is the baked layer, the breading layer. Just because there is a breading layer doesn't mean that once you've chewed it, it's not just ketchup and fish. At this point, it's taste buds versus eyeballs, and I'm arguing taste buds. People put ketchup on fish. That may have been a Texas thing. I'm not the only one that's put ketchup on fish. I'm not crazy. So fish goes with ketchup. Some people make meatloaf with ketchup mixed in. Bread is really just vegetarian meatloaf. Thank you. A lot of people seem to be in denial. Nope, just me, apparently. Turns out that I had the skills and body for a soldier, according to my description. I prefer not to eat ketchup on anything. It's not that I dislike the taste particularly, but I think it's a terrible excuse for flavorful condiment. People don't love the taste. They love that it's sugar. You're kind of not wrong. Stephen Roberts has been taken by Fey mood. He was inspired by being in the military. However, I would argue, at least in my case, a separate thing. I really, really tend to like things that have vinegar in it for some reason. I love pickles. I really love pickles. The second thing behind ketchup is just put pickles on something. Why do you eat this? No, I don't want to eat that. What if on the side I have pickles? All right, I guess I'm eating that. Yeah, no, ketchup is just a vinegar-based fruit smoothie. Full stop. That's what ketchup is. It's a vinegar-based fruit smoothie. Maybe the soldiers are going to war in the water. People put ketchup on fish. Also, people eat laundry detergent pods. People do stupid things. That doesn't make it reasonable. People eat laundry detergent pods. So, no, here's a... I want to argue that. People do not eat laundry detergent pods. Kids in school who want to prove that they are cooler than the other kids in school will do challenges. Long before laundry detergent pods, stupid things were always being invented by kids in higher grades because they knew they weren't doing it. But they would say they were, so kids in lower grades would do it to prove that they were cool. Just like the old system, except this time people joked about the laundry detergent pods. So these fucking moronic children would eat laundry detergent pods to prove that they were the coolest. If you have an example of someone who is no longer a student who did that, then they're just merely not growing up. They are still in the weird, I want to impress people school student phase. School student, yeah, that's a word. School student phase where, yeah, I'm going to do it and prove I'm cool. That people are not eating Tide detergent pods for enjoyment. That is not a thing they're doing. That is a bunch of people doing what they don't like to do because they want to prove they're cool. Just like people who smoke cigarettes, particularly in younger grades. If you're an adult or something at that point, then yeah, sure, whatever. If you want to smoke cigarettes, at this point, you're probably just smoking cigarettes, particularly if people don't want you to. But at least way back when, I don't know how much it still applies, it would be like, oh, you smoke cigarettes, ergo, you're like cool. It's what the cool kids do. So a lot of people were just doing it because that was the thing to do when cool. That's a completely different thing than admitting to yourself the holy truth. That is, ketchup goes on most everything in the world. Everyone is just in denial. And only the strategist knows the truth. Only I know the truth. So join me so we may pray to the ketchup gods. Oh, vinegar, sugar, tomato smoothie. Add in some salt. Just to tide me over. You're a horrible person. But now I'm clean. Making my own ketchup, high quality ingredients, so now I can't stand the regular store stuff anymore. Like snorting pixie sticks. I saw others do that and regret it. Stephen Robert began his mysterious construction. Good. He's not going to go crazy because I definitely remembered that he had a mood. I definitely 100% didn't forget that he'd had that mood. And we're lucky that he's not going to die now. 90s version of the Tide Pods. You're a heretic, cowards. But no, like, it's just morons. What was it? There was / still is, I believe, the choking game, where basically the kids would just try to get high by choking the shit out of themselves. Oh, that's a good feeling. No, it doesn't. That's called being lightheaded because you're dying. You moron. I'm trying to remember what some of those stupid trends were. But I 100% believe that it was always just someone in an upper grade making up something to someone in a lower grade being like, oh yeah, if you were so cool, you would do this. But like, then they ran with it. And it became like a thing people were actually doing. And it's like, God, you're a moron. Oh yes, that happened. And it needs to be ketchup. Ketchup doesn't go on water as it can't swim. And it needs to be ketchup. What? Now let's see what useless item I make. Now it's choke me daddy. See, some people just never grow out of that phase. But no, it's just morons. You can't hold morons to the same degree as, you know, people who have recognized the holy truth, which is that ketchup is pure. Ketchup is pure. Ketchup is great. Bloody knuckles. Now, which version was that?
Completed. Hooray!
Wow. Congratulations, Stephen Robert. You made absolute crap. Stephen Robert made Onul Tossed Mishim Sudir, Wayward Vice, the Indigo Cinders, a Yak Bone Warhammer. Worth 63,480 dwarf bucks. This is a Yak Bone Warhammer. All craft store ship is of the highest quality. It is encrusted with rectangular obsidian cabicons and octagon cut cat's eyes, decorated with llama wool, encircled with bands of oval cat's eyes cabicons and oval obsidian cabicons. The object is adorned with hanging rings of yak bone and obsidian and menaces with spikes of dog leather. So it has a ×3 to hit modifier, but does nothing for damage. You should force it to carry that in the battle. It's gonna have like one of those like little toy hammer sounds. Why isn't he dying? I don't understand. But you are right. I should give it to the hammer dwarf. Maybe we can do something with it. You can't give it to the hammer dwarf, can you? Give it to the captain of the guard. I don't think, is there, I don't remember. Is there a way to assign the hammer to the hammer without him being in the captain of the guard? Oh, I see we're over the hour anyways. So for those of you who are watching the archive after the fact on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.